We got to learn from some of these moments, and we will.
Shedeur Sanders, 18 of 35, 177 yards, 3 interceptions. Browns 3 and 11. Sanders also the Browns' leading rusher with 24 yards on the ground. The Browns offense had just 9 first downs in the game, 1 in the first half. In the loss, Myles Garrett collected 1.5 sacks, giving him 21.5 on the season. It extends Garrett's franchise record and now leaves him just 1 sack shy of tying the NFL single-season record, currently held by Michael Strahan and T.J. Watt. Action elsewhere in the AFC North, the Ravens blanked the Bengals 24-0. Lamar Jackson passed for 2 touchdowns. Ravens a half game behind the Steelers for first in the AFC North. Joe Burrow was intercepted twice, including one for pick 6. The Bengals fall to 4-10. Things did not go well for the Cavaliers on Sunday, losing home to Charlotte 119-111 in overtime. Head coach Kenny Atkinson on a silver lining to the latest embarrassing loss.
Obviously mixing and matching, trying to find that group that's gonna have that consistency. I look at the positive sometimes. When you find something in games like these, you find something that can help you. Unfortunate in a loss, but I did feel like we found some of that small ball lineup stuff.
Cavs had to rally from 17 points down to force overtime. However, in OT, the Cavs held scoreless, going 0 for 10 from the floor. Don't miss Monday Night Football. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock right here on 92.3 The Fan. From the University Hospital Sports Desk, I'm Jeff Thomas. Up next time with the Ken Carman Show with Anthony Lima here on 92.3 The Fan.
In the same light that he's going to get all of the blame for all the bad things, let's give him all the credit for the positive things. But I think he certainly deserves a decent amount of the credit for Shedeur's improvement, which, by the way, if Shedeur continues to play really well this last month, do you want to move on from the coaching staff that's getting him to play really well?
Catch Odyssey NFL insider Ross Tucker on Afternoon Drive every Wednesday at 4. We are Sports Radio 92.3 The Fan. The Ken Carman Show with Anthony Lima.
Browns with a 4-man front, they get it off. And they hand to Swift, running right. Big hole. DeAndre Swift to the pylon, to the end zone. And the Bears are on the board first. It's 3rd and goal on the 3 for the Bears. Burden motions left to right. Browns crowd the line. Play fake. Williams throwing. Moore has a touchdown. 3rd and goal from the 8 shotgun here. Browns trying to make a stand. Williams has a snap. Back to throw. Here comes Miles. And he gets him! 21! Williams rolling to the right. Chased by Alex Wright and Shelby Harris. Sisatsi throws back across his body into the end zone, and it is caught. Are you kidding me? 2 on the play clock. Waiting for it, asking for it, getting it finally at 0. Shedeur to throw, right side, wants Judy, and he has it, and he has put him up.
That might have been picked.
Is it picked? Jalen Johnson's got a pick in the back of the end zone. How did he get that? Give to Swift, running right, cutting it back left through a tackle, and DeAndre Swift keeps going. He's into the end zone somehow. The Browns had 4 chances to bring him down, and they couldn't do it. Sanders pats the football, lofts it up into the air, and it's intercepted. Browns fail to get into the end zone today, and they will fall to the Bears 31-3.
This is Cleveland Sports Radio, 92.3 The Fan.
The Browns have quit, and so have I.
Oh, you don't mean that,
Oh, yes,
Kenny.
I do.
More games to
Yes, I do.
evaluate.
No.
More games to evaluate.
The Browns have quit, and so have I.
You haven't put the vaunted notebook away,
The Browns
have
have quit,
you?
and so have I.
When did you stop taking notes?
3rd quarter, because I'm an idiot. 3rd quarter, if I left those effing notes at home. The Browns have quit, and so have I. I'm done.
I'm
done taking notes. I'm done taking notes. I'm done. I'm gonna put together things. I don't know what I'm going to do during these last 3 games. I plan to go to one of them. That's going to be stupid.
It's got to be Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. What do you think? I ain't going to go to the Bills game. I sure as hell ain't going to go to the Bengals game. There we go.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a wandering eye.
I sat and watched the whole thing.
About 5 minutes left in the third because the Patriots game, the Patriots were blowing their lead to Buffalo.
No, I watched the whole thing.
And of course, I had to scout the Bills, Kenny. I had to make sure.
Not once did I think there was a chance they would come back.
No.
And Axel was sitting there. It was 14-0, and Axel goes, gosh, it feels like it's 28-0.
Yes.
I go, just hang around. I'm sure it will be.
You were right. It was as lopsided a halftime as I've ever seen and only be 2 scores because of what Ben Johnson was running a joint practice with the plays he was calling.
So
he's like, 3rd and 1 at my own 14. We got to throw deep. 4th and 1. Well, he did it on 2nd and 3rd. And then I'm like, are they going to go for it on 4th? No, they just punted. I'm like, they're just running their plays. They're just running their plays to get ready for the rest of the season because they don't think the Browns offense will ever score.
So this is why I say I quit. Let me define the Browns have quit, and so have I. You could tell from the very beginning this was a chore for them. They didn't want to be there.
The tackling. That's what I noticed.
It's everything. It's everything. And they thought, you know what? If you guys aren't going to decide on it, we're going to decide on it. And from the opening kickoff, that was a 52-yard return, and I'm just thinking it's normal and it's expected at this point because we're not smart. We're not incredibly tough. I mean, there's a couple of guys that are tough, so I get whatever. We're not smart, and we're certainly not accountable. We're certainly not accountable. And I try to hang out and fight the good fight, but if they're going to quit, then so am I. And I mean on this as they are. On this season as they are. So, I mean, I'll sit there and I'll watch them because it's what I'm supposed to do. But there's no, I'm not wasting my effort and my time. Notes are done. Note time is done. I'm not doing any of it because they ain't going to do nothing for the rest of this year, guys. That's it. I mean, that's really it. They've quit. They laid down. That was the end of it. And I'm going to get to this here in a second. I know what you guys all want for the head coach. I want you to read between the lines. You will hear nothing to the contrary from me on the matter at all.
Well, he's getting
They'll
fired.
make their decision when they make their decision.
There's no decision. He's
I
getting
just
fired.
don't want to say it. You go ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm not arguing. I want everybody to understand completely. If you say you want him gone and you say you want them gone, you will get no argument to the contrary. There will be none. So take that for what it's worth. Because here we are. And it's a quitting moment. It's a moment I've seen before, but it still isn't a moment I've seen before because I don't understand. And remember, I'm not even mad. Like, why get mad over a team that's quit? I'm not going to get mad over them quitting.
You've matched my
mad.
level of animus now.
I'm not mad. I just want to be very clear about what I think I saw yesterday. Where I have 3 different reports about the quarterback's wristband. I have 3 different thoughts on the quarterback's wristband. First one was Allison Williams. This is on Fox. Here's the initial report about Shador's wristband.
Worth noting with Cleveland's offense struggling just operationally to start this game. Prior to this possession, when Shador was on the sideline, he actually came over. They removed the wristband with the play calls in there, and they made a change to one of the sheets and some tweaks, some changes with that wristband that he wears with the play call. So that could have been part of the issues they had early.
So did he have the wrong wristband, or did they have the wrong things in there, or did they say, no, we got to scrap this and that's the end of it? What is it?
I was thoroughly confused. Now, the internet ran wild with he had the incorrect play calls. Where did people get that from? Because she didn't say that in the report.
Well, she said they had to change some things out. So we got Kevin here who was asked the question, and here's Kevin's answer.
Early on, was there something wrong with Sanders' wristband?
Yeah, there was a miscommunication early.
They mentioned that you guys had the wrong plays in the wristband on the first 2 drives. Is that accurate?
No. Yeah. There was something.
Yeah.
I don't know if the wristband got something on it or whatever it was, but there was we got that fixed pretty quickly.
What could the wristband get on it? It's laminated, right?
What could have happened?
They didn't forget to laminate it, and it got smudged.
What could have happened? So those are 2 different things here. Okay,
it's in a plastic pocket. So whether you laminate it or not,
did something get in between?
Let's go right to the source here. Here's Shador Sanders in the postgame. Well, we don't have Sanders. Okay. We'll get that here.
I mean, it made no sense from the moment that she started talking about it.
All right, here's Shador.
On TV, they mentioned that something happened with your wristband after the first 2 drives.
Oh, no, the card just fell out. Yeah, it just fell out on the sideline. Yeah, that was it.
So he had his body, his wristband.
Did the card fall out and then it got smudged? And then they put it back in and he couldn't read it?
What is
that what happened?
This is stupid. I'm not doing. No,
I've never heard this before.
This is dumb. This is stupid.
They've been laminating cards for the better part of 30 years. They've been doing this. This is not some newfangled technology.
It's just stupid.
And I've never heard this before.
This is the dumbest thing ever. You guys can't get your story straight on any of this crap. You guys can't do any. I'll believe him because he don't know any better, and there's no reason for him to lie. So I guess the card fell out. I don't know what Kevin decided to say. I have no idea why he said that, but of course it's par for the course of everything else that's happened. Because remember, let's go back to the Wyatt Teller thing. Well, he said it was performance. Well, then they said it was injury. Well, the injury happened to happen at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, towards the end of the game with Wyatt Teller. But there was that big whole thing. So we don't even know our stories anymore. So if you're just covering for things, then just everybody's got to go. That's it. That's it. I'm looking at it, I'm going, well, I mean, my God. I mean, we have an excuse for everything here. That's all we are. It's a Super Bowl of excuses for this team. I hear it. Bubba Ventrone on the Thursday press conferences. Is it Thursday? I don't give a damn what day it is anymore. It doesn't even sound the same. Everything sounds the same. Well, you know, we only have the back half of the roster. We got these last 21 guys. I don't know. Tennessee had the back half of the roster, and they're the ones that were able to block your punt. And we all thought that they were worse than you. Oh, well, how good are the Jets? How good are the Jets? What happened in the Jets game? One of the other worst teams in the NFL. What happened on special teams there? It's nothing but excuses, one after another. And I'm watching, I'm going, man, how's he supposed to do anything with his offensive line? Because you got Zach Zinter, who was a third-round pick that's not going to play for you. Jack Conklin ain't walking back on the field. That's it. I got Joel Bitonio. I feel bad for Joel. I feel bad for him. And I shouldn't, because he's going to make a bunch of money, and he's a really, really, really good player and a good guy. And I'm sure he doesn't feel bad for himself, but I'm watching him on the one interception, trying to, he looked like Kevin Bacon, trying to tell everybody to calm down as he's trying to make a tackle on the one pick. And I'm going, this is just utterly ridiculous in every single sense. And all this team, it's nothing but 2025, the team of excuses. Everything is an excuse. And really, that's been the way it's been since 2020. I'm tired of it. I am sick and tired of it. We had a couple of good runs. I got a bunch of excuses. You tried something big. It didn't work. That's it. You guys want to call and want everybody gone. I ain't going to get in the way of any of it. I'm sick and tired of it. This QB wristband, this doesn't happen.
I've never seen it.
It's so stupid. It's just dumb. It's bad football, and you shouldn't accept it.
Has anybody even seen that on the high school sidelines?
Jesus.
Is there a high school coach that's even middle school? Can we go down to middle school?
You wouldn't accept that at Streetsboro, West Jaga High School.
I was miffed.
Who's
when
the
I heard
coach
that
of West
story.
Jaga, the guy that don't like me? He wouldn't accept something like that. Pete Thompson ain't going to accept something like that. And we're going to accept something. Well, you know, there was what? No. Yes. Well, what was it, Kev? What was it? Was there a problem with the wristband, or was there not a problem with the wristband? Get your story straight. But when we have to come up with stories, see, that's the problem. We are better. We're not even good at that. But we are technically better at coming up with stories and excuses than we are with winning football games. So that's it. So, I'm mad that I think about it, but in the overall scheme of things, I don't. It's a wasted year. It's another wasted part of your day. It's another wasted segment of our lives, and we'll just move on with it, hopefully, in 3 weeks. And that'll be the end of it. Get rid of them after today. Don't get rid of them. Doesn't matter. I have the same feeling I have right now. It's a cavalcade of errors, one after another. Wristband. I'm going to spend 4 hours talking about a wristband.
I don't think you have
what
to.
happened? No.
I don't think you have to. I think there were a bunch of other things you could point to.
Don't lower yourself. I'm not lowering myself. You want to call up and ask where he fell? Maybe did they leave it in the box? Did they leave it in the pocket? Did he turn it around the other way? What did we do with the card? Was it written on the proper index card? Was it printed on the proper index card? Well, what was it? What did it look like? Did he grab the wrong QB wristband? Did he accidentally grab Deshaun Watson or Bailey Zappies or Dylan Gabriel's? Well, it couldn't have been Dylan Gabriel's because Dylan Gabriel has a smaller arm than him, so obviously it could have been Dylan Gabriel. So I guess you could. No, I'm not. We're not doing Dick Tracy and Fat Lock and all the other things to figure out about a QB wrist card.
You didn't add the last part.
That summarizes everything.
You didn't add the last part to it. Did they sabotage? Did they intentionally screw up his card?
No, they are.
Because that would actually be a competent maneuver.
They are.
If you think about it, they'd have to actually all get together and pull that off, which would take competence.
That is what it is.
It'd be nefarious and sinister, but it would take competence.
That's where the sabotage is. It's just incompetence.
They're not smart enough to sabotage.
That's why Shedeur, ultimately, that's why Shedeur was wrong. And Shedeur should have wanted to go to the Ravens. Who was the other team? Who's the other team that's kicking it around?
Eagles, yeah.
He should have wanted to go to the Ravens or the Eagles because those teams don't do that. They don't do that. Hey, look at the example 2 hours down the road. I mean, Ryan Day was ready for a communications issue on the sideline in the game against Michigan.
Yeah, when their comms got shut down in the second half.
They go over everything. Everything is gone over. They are obsessed with their... And by the way, you know this. Ryan Day don't just do that against Michigan. He does that against Illinois. He would do that against Grambling.
Yeah.
It is a psychotic obsession with winning and getting the very best. And we can't even get the right play card on the quarterback wristband? We allow this to go on? No. This is stupid. This whole thing. Any argument I've ever made this year on their behalf is stupid. This is just dumb. And anybody who can't see it, they can't be alive, because anybody who's alive is seeing this. Good God. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to not get my feelings hurt, but this is sad. It's sad. We got 2 bright spots out of this, maybe a couple. That's fine. It don't matter. Whatever. They say whatever on the season. They walked out there. I mean, they act like they had to clock in and they were hoping for a day off, and they just were waiting on the clock to end, waiting to get back in the locker room where it was warm. That's it.
I kind of thought that from almost the first play of the game, the defense. I think the defense didn't want to be there at all.
I think any of them wanted to be there.
They were just missing tackles. They were the assignments. It was pretty obvious. They didn't understand what they were going up against with the Bears. The running game for the Bears, they were slicing and dicing us. That's why I said I couldn't believe it was only 14-0 at the half.
Yeah. So
that was very one-sided.
There was no point in that game I thought they would make a comeback and win.
No.
Not once. Not a chance. When it was 14-3, Kevin Kugler was doing his best to put on a good show, a good entertaining show.
No,
and he said, and he did say, he goes, oh, if you're in the stadium right now, you got to be wondering, 14-3, you're going to let these guys back in? And go, they ain't letting nothing back in because the other guys don't want to get back into it because we can't. I'm writing about wristbands in week 15. And then did you hear? I know. Did you watch the game? They went into the break, or they went to the game breaks where they go and they show the other highlights. And he goes, is it Carissa Thompson who does the game breaks? Whoever the woman, I think it's Carissa Thompson. He goes, we got to get another game break, and she's like, as many as you need, because they all know it sucks. They all know the game sucks.
Oh, where the broadcasters are secretly jealous of the other broadcasters that are doing better games?
How could you not be? Don't you feel that? No offense to you. Don't you feel that way when you're doing some of those games? And you got to sit there with guys eating their breakfast, calling another blowout at the beginning of the season, and you're going, oh, there's much better games there. And I know I'm not ripping you, man. I'm not doing it, but it's just the honest fact of the matter here. That's all. It's the honest fact. Nobody in the stadium really wanted to be there. They all had to be there because they were supposed to be there, or they were Bears fans and they were seeing their team do well. And so that was it. But you notice after the third quarter, like, nobody else was in the stands.
No.
Everybody had got out of there, including half the Browns wanted to get out of there. So I'm done. This is just dumb. To argue about this is a giant kick in the ass, waste of time, and I've embarrassed myself this entire time. And if you want them gone,